Hey everybody, Ashby here. Let's look at some events and event listeners a little bit, and basically wrap up this week's lesson. Here we have new HTML. You see, I have an anchor here with some attributes. I have an href class and an ID. Well, let's write some inline JavaScript and let's attach some JavaScript code to the event. So we're just going to write in line here, onClick equals alert. What are you clicking me for? Okay, so basically you know what's going to happen, right? Same thing as our onload. It's going to listen for our click event and it's going to run our alert. So let's see what that looks like. Oh, our body is loaded. Let's remove that. All right. What are you clicking me for? That's pretty simple, right? I will never write an on-click event like this. Actually, if I see people writing on-click events like this, I make them rewrite it. But you know, sometimes it's good in a pinch, and it's good for this demo. Let's write a script tag down here, and let's just write it in pure JavaScript after our link is loaded and show you a better way of doing it. So I actually showed this to you in our first video of exercise 2, I think. So we declare our variable. We'll go into variables a little bit later, and we're going to document get element by ID. Oops, not that yet. And we're going to get our link. We're going to declare our function equals function. And then let's do something a little bit more interesting. Actually, I don't want to get too complex right now. So let's just use our boring alert. And let's just grab this over here, repurpose it, so you don't have to watch me write out another string yet again. Let's delete that. And like we did before, might help if I declare this and write it the right way, right? Let's add an event listener to our link. Again, we're going to listen for our click, and we are going to run our function. Refresh. What are you clicking me for? It's doing the same thing, right? Coincidentally, we can also use onClick, I think. Nope. That's weird, right? That's just how JavaScript semantics changes. We can use an onClick here, but we can only use a click there. And in jQuery, we can write a function that sounds a lot like, or exactly like, onClick or click. Just a couple different ways of doing things. Let's try out a different event listener, right? So I'm going to let's create a div called rdiv. I'm just going to make it visible. So let's give it a height of 100 pixels. Let's give it a width of 100 pixels. Let's give it a background color of red. Let's just check that out real quick. Always getting a little bit ahead of myself when I code. Autocomplete happens a lot, but it won't finish writing my code for me in every situation, right? So let's look at it now. Okay, we have our red square. I want to put it in my section. And I want to separate it from my anchor just a little bit. Okay, so let's just copy all this code. Let's change our link to our div. We'll keep our function named our function, and we'll go, what are you entering me for? And we'll change our div and we're going to change our add event listener as well. So let's go and Google event listeners in JavaScript. And let's go look at our list, and let's grab one, okay? On mouse enter. Let's see if this works. It's not working. Why isn't it working? This might be another case on which maybe we shouldn't have on in there. There we go. What are you entering me for? Just like we did with the on click, we can do the on mouse enter equals alert. What are you entering me for? Should do the same thing, right? What are you entering me for? We didn't need to click there. We just needed to have our mouse enter that red div, and we got our same alert. So that's wrapping up event listeners for you. You're going to have a little exercise using event listeners. You can write it either inline or you can write it below, like I did. I'll include examples of both in the link to the code. So thanks so much, and good luck on your assignments. And email me if you have any questions, and just have a great week too. Thanks.